Hi guys, welcome to today's video. In today's video, we'll look into a scenario in which Eastern and Western Europe go to war. Poland is more so in Eastern Europe if you look at it, and Greece too. My line isn't that great because according to this is an East versus West line, right? A lot of Sweden's in it, but not most of it. So it gets put on this side. But I'm going to have Eastern Europe declare war because why not? Seems a bit unfair, honestly, because I did use the transcontinental countries, including Turkey, Cyprus, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Georgia, and Kazakhstan. So they got nations they shouldn't have. Let's see how it goes for them. Can they take out Germany fast? With one of the first objectives of the Polish armed forces and Eastern Europe's forces is to take Berlin. But it's mostly the Polish forces doing this. Managed to capture it within a few days. But eventually it becomes more of a stalemate. With the invasion of Albania and Montenegro and, Bosnia goes well. With them opening a huge front, it looks like Czechia is about to fall. With the German defense deciding to make a counteroffensive, hoping to recapture its capital, but the Polish forces hold it tightly. With Italy, Croatia, and Slovenia making a counter-offensive, which goes pretty well. Let's see how the Northern Front is going. It's going really well because they're fighting Finland. And we all know you can beat Finland, right? Everyone can beat Finland. You can beat Finland, you just can't really beat them on their territory. Russia versus Finland and Mongolia, who would win? Russia versus the world, who would win? The world. Russia versus America, who would win? Depends on who blows up the place first. But anyways, with them cutting off Germany's access to the sea and moving up into Denmark, this is a successful offensive. With France, Britain, and Italy still mobilizing. They got 3 powers of the top 10. That team got 2, but they got the top 10. They got number 8. Number 8 and number 2 in the world. And yeah, these aren't as strong though as Russia. But with them struggling to make any counter-offensives or hold them back. They try to hold them back here, but are forced to retreat out of Czechia. Fear of encirclement. With it moving into Austria. With German forces managing to make a counter-offensive in the north, which cuts Denmark off. Oof. With Poland deciding to withdraw from Denmark. Many of the forces aren't that proud of that move. But I think Eastern Europe might have more nations. But more nations doesn't mean an advantage, maybe it does actually. With Italy making an offensive into Tyrol, or Tyrol, whatever it's called. With this angering the Eastern Europe into a new offensive objective, which is the taking of Frankfurt and Culm and whatever other cities are over here. Being a breakthrough, then they move to a northern offensive. But luckily, most of Germany's forces got pushed all the way south, and this is overextending, so Germany makes a bit of an offensive, along with the Netherlands connecting back with Denmark. So that offensive wasn't as successful as predicted, with Greece attempting a naval landing in southern Italy and Sicily, and they move up. But that's because Italy wasn't fully ready, because it takes longer for Western nations to get ready than Eastern nations, I guess. With Italy fully mobilized at this point, they make an offensive. They recapture land Greece has taken, and they give Greece revenge, literally. They successfully land in Crete and Cyprus, and Turkey and Greece can't take it back because they really secured it. With, of course, French help and British help. With it seeming like the biggest encirclement of this war might be about to happen But Poland, seeing this, withdraws all troops to save as many troops as they can. Poland's getting exhausted. Western Europe has good populations. I think 80 million, 60 million, 50 million, 30 million, 30 million. A lot of people. 11 million, 5 million. Yeah, I'm just talking about the populations that they have. They have the population advantage, you would think, but Russia has 100 million. And yeah, but a lot of people fled from Ukraine here, meaning there's more people. And yeah, with the East making an offensive, which gets pretty far into Italy. They call this the spring offensive. As the spring, winter is over. And they move into the Netherlands, Belgium, they capture Benelux. Now, Germany, with them failing to take all of Germany or get to Rome in this offensive like their objectives were, or take Paris, their objectives were all failed, which demoralizes the troops. With Sweden helping Denmark move in. Although one slight problem, Finland is marching down our country's unstoppable. That's probably the only successful. I'm seeing that there's going to be an encirclement, so they withdraw from here. And try to withdraw, so the Germans just go like this. And manage to keep that being the biggest encirclement with 100,000 troops. And lots of weapons are just seized. They should have destroyed the weapons while they had the chance, but the Germans seized them. With Italy retaking Venice, with Finland on the doorsteps of Stockholm, Britain decided to make a counter-offensive against them, which leads to them being pushed back fast. That's how it went. It went pretty successful. Oh, Finland won't back up anymore. They can't push Finland back. Now they're managing to move into Slovenia and Croatia. With them taking the Adriatic Sea coast back. With the Bosnian offensive going well. With an offensive with the goal of retaking Vienna goes ahead and succeeds. With the liberation of Croatia beginning. And the re-liberation of Eastern Germany. And the managing to encircle Polish troops in Berlin. Which leads to the German, Czech, French, Netherlandish offensive into Poland. Which goes really well. And yeah, this is not a nice sight to see. With Poland's capital, Warsaw, being taken. And Poland is, well, not a nation anymore. Hungary and Slovakia now experience offensives. And while Greece is in a bit of trouble. With Russia just burning everything, literally. That's not a joke. But this being a big deal. Some nations are trying to back their way out of the war, but they can't really. Finland is probably going to be the only one who will. With Bulgaria seeing where the war is going, they surrender. And they move their troops. After they surrender, they join Western Europe. Explain that. Bulgaria is a traitor, I guess. No, the other traitor is going to be funny. With Ukraine being like, Russia, you thought I was your ally? And look, Ukraine swapped sides. Nobody else does. But with Ukrainian guns pointed towards Moscow now. Eventually, Western Europe will end up with the advantage, as they have the technological advantage. In part due to Russia having a lack of technology. And there's an invasion of Cyprus happens. Not Cyprus, southern Turkey. With Turkey losing its eastern part, western part. And with Finland saying, okay, it's been a fun time while I've been against fighting my friends, but I'm ready to come to my reasons and join Western Europe. Under the one condition, I get to take some lands I had occupied, which is kind of forced, which they say, basically, for them to join. Bulgaria claims they should get parts of Northern Macedonia for joining. Croatia says we should reform Yugoslavia, which is a bad idea, but anyways. With St. Petersburg falling as it wasn't ready for the Finns to swap sides. And yeah, with them cutting across, and there's only one road into there, so eventually it surrenders. With the Northern Front going pretty well as they manage to capitulate all the Baltics. And then they take what they didn't capitulate. And their offensive becomes pretty strong against Belarus. With them trying to make a strong front against Russia. But, they're trying to hold in for winter. So they work on the southern offensive into Turkey. And then cutting off all their access to the Mediterranean Sea. And then moving in the south, and with a Kurdish rebellion breaking out. Which I would say most of the nations around doesn't like this. With Ankara falling, the capital of Turkey. And with rebels, there's nothing they can do, really. Honestly, what are they going to do? With people rising up against Turkey and everything. With the southern Caucasus offensive taking over Georgia, Azerbaijan, and Armenia. Kazakhstan saying maybe we should just give up. Russia saying no. Kazakhstan believing them. Well, then they get landed in because, well, they use the Caspian Sea to do it. With them going through here to cut off southern Russia. Russia isn't happy about this, I would say. Southern Russia falling, and they're moving faster than the Germans advance. With Russia seeing its senses, oh, it's winter. And being like, okay, after winter, we will surrender. With them trying to capture as much as they can while everybody's trying to get out of the... And then this is what they have at the end, and they agree to peace with everyone. Okay, it's peacetime. Voting their victory and taking a lot of land. With Yugoslavia coming back. Such a great idea. And Croatia, Bosnia, and Slovenia. Head. Albania annexing Kosovo. Probably a good idea. Bulgaria. Look at Bulgaria. They just ruined their borders. Ukraine's like, yeah, let's do whatever we can. Russia ate land, because Russia's always eating land in these videos and the peace treaties for some reason, even though they lose. That doesn't make much sense, but it's how it happens, I guess. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Wild Mapper out, but not until you subscribe. Bye, guys!